This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. Police here in the capital investigating the country's latest homicide, a stabbing incident that later resulted in a male losing his life. The second murder in less than 24 hours after a male was killed on Wednesday evening during a shooting incident on Peter Street. As for that stabbing incident, police reports indicate that shortly after 10 a.m. Thursday, officers were alerted of a stabbing incident that occurred on Joe Farrington Road. On arrival at the scene, officers were informed that a group of males were at a residence when a male known to them walked in and produced a sharp object and stabbed one of the males about the body. The suspect fled the scene on foot. The victim was transported to hospital where he later succumbed to his injuries. Investigation into this matter continues. In other crime news, several persons in police custody this evening after allegedly being found in possession of dangerous drugs, firearms, and ammunition in several instances on Thursday. 2 males and a female were arrested shortly after 12 a.m. when officers of the Operations and K-9 Unit executed a search warrant on a residence on Blueberry Hill Road in the presence of the occupants. Officers found a quantity of suspected marijuana in a southern bedroom. In another incident, sometime around 11:30 a.m., Drug Enforcement Unit officers, while on routine patrol on Kenwood Street, observed 3 males standing in front of a residence who aroused their suspicion. Acting on information, the officers conducted a search of the premises and, as a result, found a quantity of suspected marijuana. The 3 males were arrested. Then, sometime around 3:30 p.m., Operations and K-9 Unit officers, again acting on information, went to Malvern Road, Yellow Elder, to an abandoned structure. There, they deployed the search dog, and moments later, the dog alerted its handler to a box which revealed a quantity of suspected marijuana. No arrest was made in this incident. Meantime, the crime-fighting strategies of the RBPF resulted in the removal of 2 firearms from the streets of New Providence yesterday. In one instance, shortly after 2 p.m., officers from the Drug Enforcement Unit executed a search warrant on a residence on Passion Drive. The search uncovered a black Millennium .40 pistol containing 6 rounds of ammunition and 1 9mm unfired round of ammunition. 2 females and 1 male were arrested. Then, some 5 hours later, shortly after 7 p.m., Operations Unit officers on routine patrol near the public park on West Avenue, Millers Heights, observed a male that looked suspicious. The male fled the scene and the officers conducted a search of the general area where the suspect was last seen and discovered a black Smith & Wesson .40 Taurus pistol containing 13 rounds of ammunition. Investigations into all of these matters continue. Financial services provider Leno is standing on their promise to help the Ministry of Education put a learning device in every child's hand. It was back in September when Leno led the charge for the Leno Learning Link campaign, investing some $60,000 and encouraging other corporate citizens to join the cause. Since then, donors have poured over $120,000 into the ministry. Here's Leno's Managing Director, Brian Jones.
It really does take a village to raise a child, and we want to continue driving this forward. In kicking it off, we pledged an initial donation of $60,000 to get the ball rolling, and that really set everything in motion. We saw that the Bahamian business community really rose to the occasion. They stepped up and they supported this cause. And it's not only them that we're very grateful to, but also all of the individual philanthropists and concerned citizens, no matter what amount that they gave. We know that they gave it with the best intentions in mind, to make sure that all of these students can actually receive a quality education.
Minister of Education Jeffrey Lloyd notes that there's some 46,000 students in the public school system, some of whom are at a disadvantage due to the pandemic.
And it is the commitment of this ministry that every student in this educational enterprise have uninterrupted access to quality education, wherever, whenever, however. COVID-19, as the director would have indicated, has disrupted our efforts towards this like no other interference in the history of this country. An interference that the world has never seen except in the last 100 years. And place that against the backdrop of Hurricanes Dorian and Irma and Matthew and others in the past 4 years. And you know that our educational delivery has come up against some rather serious impediments.
Also joining in on the give back was Alive CEO Damian Blackburn, who pledged $10,000 for devices for special needs children, and Director of International Organization for Migration IOM Jam William Wedgman, who pledged $40,000 for the children of St. James Street in the Kemp Road area. Other donors included Boys Brigade, Insurance Commission of the Bahamas, Bahamas Cooperative League, Trinity Methodist Church, Alive, Cable Bahamas, Run for Pompeii, and Photo Magic. Assistance has also been given in the form of free ad placement by the Tribune. And as of 8 p.m. last night, a tropical storm alert is now in effect for northwest and central Bahamas. This includes the islands of Grand Bahama, Abaco, Bimini, Berry Islands, Andros, New Providence, Eleuthera, Exuma, Cat Island, Long Island, San Salvador, and Rum Key. Here's forecaster on duty Chazelle Mather with more details.
A tropical storm alert means that tropical storm conditions could be experienced in the mentioned islands within the next 60 hours. At 10 a.m. on Friday, the 6th of November, the center of Tropical Depression Eta was located near latitude 17.8 degrees north and longitude 87.0 degrees west. That puts it about 80 miles to the east, northeast of Belize City, Belize, or about 750 miles to the southwest of Kemps Bay Andros, or 795 miles to the southwest of New Providence. The depression is moving toward the north-northeast at near 7 miles per hour, and a turn toward the northeast, and a faster forward speed is expected later today, with this motion continuing through early Sunday.
She says maximum sustained winds are near 35 miles per hour with higher gusts. Ada is forecast to become a tropical storm later tonight, with further strengthening likely through early Sunday.
Residents in the northwest and central Bahamas should begin to make preparations for the possibility of tropical storm conditions.
Ada still causing heavy rains and life-threatening flooding over portions of Central America. The center of Ada will move across the northwestern Caribbean Sea, approach the Cayman Islands Saturday, and be near central or western Cuba Saturday night and Sunday. You're watching JCN News. Stay with us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.